Hey there folks, welcome to this video, and here I'm going to be giving a review for the Mexican Grand Prix round 18 of 21 in this season's Formula 1 World Championship. And, well, that happened yesterday, and firstly, I just want to say thank you for everyone who supported yesterday's video. The Oitanak one is now, as of me recording this, my second most viewed video on this site, and I've had my best day in terms of views on this site as well. The first one to go over 1,000, in fact the first one to go over 600. But I've digressed, let's get into this review. And let's start off by talking about the team that I said we need to keep an eye out for, which was Red Bull. And there are a few different talking points. Firstly, the fact that they should have been on pole position, but Max Verstappen decided to be, well, Max Verstappen. He picked up a penalty for something that I'm going to say it, he deserved. In Q3, when Bottas ended up in the wall, he still set a purple sector 3, I believe it was, despite the yellow flags. And now you can have the argument of, oh, it may have been single yellows or it should have been double yellows or whatever. But my view on this is the FIA has to, or wants to, give itself a pat on the back for being a bastion of road safety. And having the driver go, oh yeah, I saw that I was being told to slow down. I didn't slow down. Really goes against that. And especially if we got the backdrop of what happened earlier this year. Only a couple of months ago did we lose Antoine Hubert in what was such a tragic crash. You have to be even more alert to something like this. I was surprised the penalty wasn't even more. Either way, after that puncher that he got off of Bottas, Verstappen did a good recovery drive to finish 6th. And Albon did a decent drive to finish 5th. So let's look at the winners, because it didn't look like it was going to be Mercedes weekend. However, I'd argue that they very much kind of duped people into making 2 stops or converting the strategy when a certain radio message to Bottas saw the next lap a Ferrari and a Red Bull pitting, and them switching their strategy from a 1 stop to a 2 stop. And this is the thing, they pitted Leclerc Ferrari, and it's not the whole old lead car or whatever, or number 1 driver. Leclerc just doesn't make these strategies work compared to someone like Vettel. I'd argue they should have pitted Seb, just because he can do it. We saw in Singapore, he can make an undercut work still. He still has it in him to do it. And you know what? If he had have done that, maybe Leclerc would have won. Maybe Vettel would have won. Maybe it would have been a Ferrari 1-2. But we'll never know. What we do know is, though, that Lewis Hamilton drove very well to preserve those tyres and bring home yet another win. And you'd think, after all of these strategy calls that have actually worked out, he wouldn't be complaining as much to his team on the radio. After all, this is a team who have won the last 6 Constructors' Championships this season included. But he still complains. And this is the thing I'm getting annoyed about. And I get annoyed about it with Leclerc as well. So I don't think I'm just hating on Hamilton. I hate it when drivers just do it. Because these people make the strategy calls because they believe it's the right decision. I have a right to criticise them being a fan of the sport. But I don't go on and whinge and moan for the rest of the race because I believe it's not going to work. And I say this of Hamilton and I say it of Leclerc. Both of them say, okay, I'm going to put my head down. And then will passive-aggressively or active-aggressively on the radio go, you made the wrong call, you've ruined my race. You made the wrong call, you've ruined my race. And you don't see it with many other drivers on the grid now. Now, I wouldn't mind if they kept doing it and the powers that be in F1 decide not to show us their radio. I wouldn't mind that. But I just don't like hearing it. It's really negative. But hey ho, that's the That's my main feelings for the race. Apart from that, really good for P7 for Perez, P8 for Ricciardo. Perhaps that braking might have put a bit of an edge on it. Maybe that braking bias thing that they got told was illegal, that apparently they've had since Grosjean was at the team in 2015. But they managed to get a double points finish, albeit because Kvyat torpedoed Hulkenberg on the final lap. But it was a decent race for Renault. Solid race for Toro Rosso as well. And it means that we've got very intense midfield battle going into the end of the season. And, well, with the US Grand Prix only this weekend, I reckon we're going to see Lewis Hamilton become himself a 6-time world champion. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.